All right, Shalom. This is Jacob with the GMS Dallas Camp. First off, I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, Hashem, YAHAWASHI, Hashem, Pakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of great milestone who teach you real well. And peace and blessings to the Akim scattered throughout the four corners, keeping the word in truth and sincerity. Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick video on pretty much going into this few verses here in Isaiah, the 11th chapter. Start at the 10th verse, pretty much going into how, you know, Yahawashi being set up as a symbol, you know, for the nation of Israel, you know, and once once the kingdom is established here on the planet Earth, he's going to be the one, ruling over the, and the elect as well. Because, according to the scriptures, we're going to have that joint rulership with Yahushua. Of course, there's going to be, order, and everything's going to be set up to how it's supposed to be, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna start off with Isaiah 11 and 10. It says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek." Let me read that again. "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious." And the root of Jesse is talking about Yahushua. Now if you go here, you can prove that. There's a specific one I want to find. There's a bunch of them, but there's one that I read earlier. I think it was in Revelation. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay, yeah. Revelations 22 and 16, it says, there, we can read this. "And Yahweh shall have sent mine angel to testify unto these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star." So there you go. And that's Yahushua talking, because he said, "I, Yahushua, have sent mine angel to testify." And if you read it in the NLT, it has the parentheses, meaning that, not parentheses, so selective, but it has those little, I forget what those symbols are called, but letting you know that that's Yahushua speaking, But anyways, back to Isaiah 11 and 10. Yeah, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Because we're going to be ruling over these heathen nations as well. That's why when you read that in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, it goes into how. Well, let's get it real quick. Just to say it too. Oh, yeah, verse 2, it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it." See, there you go. We know that those mountains and those hills represent, different governing uh, levels of governing bodies. You know, Mountains being higher than the hills. And that day that the kingdom of heaven is going to be established, is already established on the planet Earth. And it says that all nations shall flow unto it, right? Verse 3, "And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem." So they're going to learn from us, because we going to be perfect. What I'm saying? We're going to, like the scriptures say, man, the law, statutes, commandments are going to be written in our inward parts. Meaning what? That we're not going to have to practice them no more. We're not going to have to, when we're born, learn the ways. No, man, everything's going to be engraved in our minds. you know. But the heathen, they're going to be under our rulership and under our judgment, and they're going to have to learn how to walk the right path. And we're going to be the ones teaching them, or else, we're going to have to whip out that whooping stick, you know. So you can prove that. Jeremiah 31. Say, I think it's 31. Yeah, so it says, Jeremiah 31 and 31, it says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. And that's going into how we made that first covenant with the Lord during the time of Moses, But he's going to bring back, he's going to make like you said, man, he's going to make a new covenant, And right now, we're not in that. We're in the process of coming into that new covenant, But we're not there yet, Because like it says here, man, verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. So everything, so we're gonna be perfect, man. All statute commandments are gonna be written in our minds to where we're not gonna go off, man. You know, we're gonna know to do the right thing, like instinct. Animals have instinct, and we're gonna have how do I say? We're gonna have the instinct to do righteousness, is what I was trying to say. So just like animals have their instinct on, nobody teaches them how to hunt, or or they don't know that they're supposed to do certain things during certain seasons, or there's certain practices that animals do, like build nests. You know what I'm saying? Like they know how to do those things through instinct. You know, so we're gonna have the instinct to know how to live. How to do good. Be righteous. But anyways, verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. See, there you go. It says right there, for they shall all know me. Like I said, man, uh, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor. So we're gonna all know, the nation of Israel as a whole is gonna be walking in righteousness, man. And like we read in Isaiah the second chapter, these other nations, man, these Gentile nations, um, are gonna have to learn. They're gonna have to learn, you know. But anyways, going back to that, and just want to prove that point. Isaiah 11, verse 11, it says, And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. So this is when the Lord is going to come back, that second coming, to what? To redeem his people, man. Like it said right there, the Lord shall set his hand the second time to recover the remnant of his people, from all these different regions of the world, man, including here in America. It's giving you these examples of Assyria, Egypt, Pathros, Cush, but like the scriptures say, man, Israel is scattered uh, amongst all nations, man. They're as the sand of the sea, man. So they're gonna be everywhere, and those elect of Israel are going to be saved out of those regions. You know, verse 12 it says, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, Well, just to prove that, in verse 11, we can go back to Jeremiah 32 this time. I think it's, let's see, give me 1 second. Remember, oh, it's like this is Isaiah. Jeremiah 32. Let's see, jump down here. 1 second. I think it's on 100. Oh, yeah. It's like, it says Jeremiah 32 and 37. It says, behold, I will gather them out of all countries whither I have driven them in mine anger and in my fury and in great wrath, and I will bring them again unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely. So that's the key point right there. I will gather them out of all nations. If you read it in the NLT, which is on the right side, it says, I will certainly bring my people back again from all the countries where I will scatter them in my fury. And that's what the Lord did, man. He scattered us amongst all these other nations, man. That's why we have brothers in different parts of America and in the different parts of the world, in these other countries. So, that just backing up that in Isaiah 11. Um, and this is verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. See, there you go. Because remember, we were as a people, we were outcast. You know, before Yahawashi came, we were out there, a people, a lost people. We're pretty much like the heathens, man. We no chance of salvation. That's why when you read that in Ephesians the second chapter, it goes into us being alienated. You know, and that word alienated goes back to being cast out of a. As a matter of fact, let me get it. I don't want to misquote it. Let's see, Ephesians 2, and I think if you start at right here, verse 12. Let me go to the word alienated, or being aliens, which is a polytrio, which goes to alienate, estranged, to be shut out from one's fellowship and intimacy. So before Yahushai, we were in that state. We were shut out of the fellowship between we were shut out from that fellowship with the Lord. But if you read here, if you read down, okay, yeah, right here, 2 and 13, it says, but now in Hamashiach Yahushai, ye who sometimes were afar off are made nigh by the blood of Christ. So through the shedding of Yahushua's blood on that cross, now we have that access back to the Lord. So if you read verse 14, it says, for he is our peace, who had made both one, and have broken the down the middle wall of partition between us. So Yahweh Shai broke that invisible wall that held us back from having access to the Lord. You know, and if you keep reading, it goes into that. But I just wanted to make that point. Go back to Isaiah 11. It says, oh, 11 and 13 is that the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So we're all gonna, all 12 tribes are gonna live in harmony. Right now you see, Israelites killing Israelites, blacks, killing Mexicans, and all that, especially in these other, South American countries and these other places around the world. It's Israel just, just hating on each other. But that hate is going to come off once the Lord comes back and establishes the kingdom of heaven. So we're going to be in the kingdom. We're not gonna look at our neighbor, saying, because we got a bigger house or something, saying, no, man, we're gonna be good. Like it says right here, man, Ephraim shall depart, and the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and then Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. So circling back to that point of how we're going to rule over these people, man. These Edomites, these Hamites, these Moabites, Ammonites, and we all know who's the nations that those represent. You know, but just for the just so this video doesn't get taken down. But anyways, we're gonna be ruling over them, you know. And it says, well, that was pretty much the point I wanted to make. But yeah, man. So at the end of the day, Yahushua is coming back, to take his people out of these strange people, out of these strange people, man, and set them up as their top ruling, their ruling body, you know. And they're gonna, these people, these other heathen nations gonna be on the planet Earth too, but they're gonna have to pretty much be tributaries, you know, because Esau is gonna have to serve his slavery too. All these other nations gonna have to serve their time as well, but once that time is up, Esau's gonna be pretty much utterly destroyed. But these other heathen nations are gonna have their own, they're gonna have their own, their own, they're gonna have their own land, stuff like that. But they're still gonna have, we're still gonna have that hold on them, you know, and that's what being a tributary is, just like we had to do it in the ancient world. Just one more scripture, and then that'll pretty much be it. Psalms 2, and let's see. Okay, yeah. Psalms 2 and 8, it says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel." So the Most High is going to give us the heathen as a part of the inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth, like it said. And then what? It said that we're gonna break them with a rod of iron, meaning that if they do something wrong, that we're gonna be there to punish them and to teach them not to do that. Because again, they're gonna be the ones coming up to us. Let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, like it says in Isaiah 2. We're gonna be the ones that are gonna teach them how to walk the right path. You know. So, anyways, with that, Lord willing, brothers, we're edified. Shalom.